Okay, is this thing working? I sure hope so. Anyway, hi. It's me again. And I got more cards to open this time. This time I've got the newest set of the Hololive cards, Summer Hologram. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes to open. Admittedly, with this one, I'm probably not going to do a ton of editing with this. I'm probably going to kind of just ramble and carry on. I don't know if I'm going to be editing this too heavy. Actually, I can take my headphones off. I don't need these. I'll probably still find some music to put in the background. But as far as this set goes, there is, or I guess I should say, there are a couple of specific cards I'm looking for, particularly with regard to my Oshi, or however you want, favorite, depending on which side of that argument you're on. But there's a few cards for Hoshomarin that I'm looking for in particular. Oops, let me put that to where I can actually keep it in front of me, so I'm not talking into space. I'm already crazy, but I don't need to make it super obvious, right? Oh, there's something shiny in there. Pack 1 magic? Well, I'm not going to complain. Oh, another shiny. Look at that. How's that for a first pack, eh? First pack magic. Some people will say it's not real. Some people will say it is. I don't know. I just do this for fun. What do I know? I'm a hobbyist. I'm just a filthy hobbyist. A filthy casual. I hate that argument so much. If you're not, try-harding at everything constantly, you're not good enough. What is that? What a total crock. Another super shiny. I wonder if that's Oh, I just noticed the fireworks effect in the back. I wonder if that's what all the shinies, as far as the full shinies. Ooh, look at that. I wonder if that's what all of those shinies do now. I don't know. I will admit though, I probably turned my mic up in editing though, because I'm trying not to be too loud. Let me actually move that a little bit. I'm trying not to be too loud or anything, because at the time of recording it is about 10:30 at night, and I'm trying not to be that guy to my neighbors. Ooh. Despite the fact that my neighbors, particularly my upstairs neighbor, loves to stomp around. Seriously, it'll be 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll just hear stomping around. I've had worse though. There was the people that were living above me before the current guys. They were very noisy. I would constantly overhear arguments and stuff. It was very, very annoying. Oh, look at that. I can't even speak. My brain is just not working. I blame the fact that it's Sunday night and I have to go to work tomorrow. Although, somewhat related, speaking of work, so on the off chance you don't know already, I live in Japan. I have been living here since the fall of 2016, so about 10 years. But the new changes to the way, oh, look at that, the way that the permanent residency rules work, and the fact that they retroactively apply. So even if the original plan was that I was going to apply for it at the end of September, early October this year, so that I could have permanent residency. But of course, they announced the new rules apply to old applications, and under the new rules, ooh, look at that! Look at that, Noah. Under the new rules, wait, hold on, that's 2 big shinies. Nice. Under the new rules, I actually don't qualify because I'm still in the education industry, which says a lot right there. But under the new rules, I have to be making, what was it, like $50,000 US dollars per year. I'm currently, after currency conversion, making like 22,000 US dollars a year. So I am nowhere close to that minimum, which makes it basically impossible. But the other thing too, last pack of the first box, by the way. The other thing too, though, is that the job market is not necessarily the greatest. There's not a ton available that I am both qualified for and interested in. But alas, if I go back home to the States, I will run into not one of the ones I was hunting for, but I'm not going to say no. That was one of the ones I was looking for, though. Nice. But alas, the job market in the States is not exactly the greatest either. So I'm kind of stuck where the question is essentially, do I stay here in Japan knowing that the government doesn't necessarily want me here? Or do I cut my losses and just go back to the States? But that's not exactly a necessarily easy choice, because one, I've spent the last 10 years of my life here, literally basically my entire 20s. Box number 2. Spent my entire 20s here. The vast majority of my friends and connections are all here. I've grown rather accustomed to how my life works here, even if I would like to have a better paying job. But I don't necessarily want to have to up and move halfway across the planet again, because that wasn't necessarily easy the first time, and I don't necessarily want to have to do it again. But if I have to, then it's what I'll do. But I don't know. It's one of those things where it's kind of like between a rock and a hard place, or as I usually say, 6 in one, half dozen in the other. Where I could move back to the States, get a much better paying job, but then look at that full art. Look at that Subaru full art. And then back in the States, I could get a better job back in the States. I actually, for shits and giggles, was looking, and I found a few options, but of course the trade-off is that I would have to buy a car, get car insurance, and all that fun stuff again, whereas here in Japan I'm able to, use the trains or the buses or whatever. But, of course, if I stay here in Japan, I don't really have to worry about a lot of that. you know, all of my stuff is still here. I don't have to try to, you know, rebuild or reset anything. But then I do so knowing that my wages are not necessarily going to be the greatest for a bit. It'll take me that much longer just to qualify for permanent residency. I did consider Japanese naturalization, but I don't think that's the play. I frankly just don't think that's the play. Ooh, look at that Sakura Miko. I like that art. I like that art on that. That's nice. There I go, dropping stuff. So I think for now, well, at the very least, I'm gonna finish out my current visa. I'm actually on my longest visa term right now. I'm on a 3-year visa. The first one I got when I first moved here was 2 years, and then literally between that first one and the one I'm currently on, it was literally either 1 year or 6 month terms. So I never really had any like big ones, but of course they're changing it now as well to where I have to be on a 5-year one to even attempt going for PR. And just it's annoying because, you know, here I had this whole plan in my head, and then right when I get to the end they move the fucking goalpost, which is rather irritating. I mean, I know there's not really much I can do about it, but at the same time, it doesn't make it any less annoying or inconvenient. So, as of right now, the plan is that I'm going to stay here, at the very least, finish out my current visa, which is good until, I think, the spring of 2028. I can't remember if it's the spring or the summer. I think it's the spring. Oh, we got another one of these. I think I got one of these earlier too, didn't I? I don't remember. I think I did. Alright, last pack of box number 2. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to finish out my current visa, see if I can't get a better job between now and the expiry date. Hopefully I can. I mean, my current job isn't necessarily terrible. Like, it's not the worst. Ooh, look at that Kiata. It's not necessarily, like, it's not the worst job in the world, it just, the paycheck kind of sucks. Alright, that's box number 2 down. 4 more to go. And then, I don't know, we're just going to kind of go from there. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like some aspects of teaching. It can be rewarding, but at the same time, on the flip side, it can also be very, very stressful. And there's definitely a lot of I don't get paid enough for this moments. Alright, box number 3. So, as far as what I'm looking to try to do for job-wise, it's at this point it's pretty much just I'll take what I can get. There are some, I mean, obviously I have some boundaries, like I'm not gonna do just any old job, but of course there's a small part of me that would love I'm getting a couple of these today, that would love, ooh, look at that money. Oh, and then another one right behind it. I wouldn't necessarily say no to getting to do, you know, this for a living, but of course, I don't necessarily have the free time to put in the necessary amount of grinding to have even a chance of turning this into work. I mean, I arguably could make the time, but I already got enough on my plate as it is. I don't want to overload myself, you know? Oh, we got another one of these. I want the Marine one of this. I'm such a picky little bugger. But we'll see. Of course, in a perfect world, I would actually prefer to be a travel vlogger. Get paid to see the world and experience all kinds of things. I would be all over that. I didn't properly show that off. But as far as, I mean, for the most part, I didn't actually, sorry, I gotta, yeah, I'm not cheating. As far as most stuff goes, I don't know, not much else has changed. That's just the main, oh, another one of these. The main thing that's changed is just it's going to be that much harder for me to stay here, which is annoying. But the other thing too, that's, you know, somewhat related, I don't necessarily have the time to grind YouTube stuff, simply because I'm having to use my spare time to work on certifications and that sort of so that I can be better qualified for better jobs, so that I can have an easier time trying to stay in the country. A friend of mine suggested moving to a completely different country altogether, as far as like maybe Australia or something, although I don't think an arachnophobe such as myself would do too great in a place like Australia. I don't think I would last very long. But that I mean, who knows? Maybe that's the play. I'm not sure yet. I don't know what all life's gonna throw at me, so just gotta take it another one of those. One step at a time, and that's all we can do. That's all any of us can do, really, isn't it? Last pack of box number 3. So, as far as my rambling goes, I guess if you've made it this far, you probably know the context and whatnot. So, if it's not the one that's happened, from what I remember, there's supposed to be like a signed one. I don't remember if it's this one or if it's a different one, but still, that's like the big one I'm after. All right, $3 down, 3 to go. I'm halfway through. Oh, with these cards, by the way, I actually ordered them. I ordered them shortly before they came out. They got to me, so they came, this set, Summer Hologram, came out the 21st of August. They came in the mail yesterday, the 22nd. A little disappointed I couldn't get them day one, but oh well, it is what it is. Anyway, back to my rambling. And do let me know in the comments or wherever. Would you guys... what's the best way I can word this? If I were to try to put more effort into this whole YouTube... Oh, look at that, Rudy. If I were to try to put more effort into this whole YouTube thing, what exactly would you guys expect from me? As far as, like, would you expect me to be, like, playing a very specific game, playing games in general? You know, would you guys expect me to, do more of this card gamey kind of stuff? Like, I'm curious as to what you guys like. If you were to see, essentially, if you were to get like a notification or something that I uploaded, what would you guys' assumption be? Like, what would you assume I uploaded before you actually see it? I'm kind of curious as to what kind of content you guys like assume I do compared to what I tend to think I do. And then on that same vein, is there anything you would want to see from me? As far as like, would you want to see like more game stuff, more of a specific game, more of a variety game, more of this card stuff, like, ooh. So I guess the main question is, what is it you kind of see me as far as what kind of like creator do you think I am? I didn't tear very well. And what kind of content would you want me to do? Now, bear in mind that at the end of the day, what kind of content, holy mosquito, what kind of content I'm gonna make is ultimately up to me. But my point there is that essentially I'm open to suggestions. Wait, that's kind of funny. Look at that. What are the odds? So, I mean, essentially, you know, I'm open to suggestions. Do bear in mind, at the time of recording anyway, my PC is kind of a potato. It is, oops, what was that? Oh, just my phone. Wasn't sure if it was another emergency alert or something. I got woken up at 2 a.m. last night to an earthquake early. Oh. I got woken up last night. Ooh. Two big ones like that in one pack? Damn. Still not the one I'm after, but no, I was woken up at 2 a.m. last night to the sound of the earthquake early warning thing going off. And then, of course, you know, a few seconds after, it jump scares me awake. The earthquake itself actually hits, and my bed is up in a little loft, so it rattles quite a bit, much to my dismay. Oh, look at that, Nene. So it rattles that much more, which can be unnerving. Box number 4, last pack, by the way. I just noticed these packs have more cards in them. I think before they had 8 cards to a pack, and these ones have 10. Or am I crazy? I think there's less. Hold on one second. I have one of the other boxes right here. Oh, here I have a Quintet Spectrum box right here. Oh, but there's less packs. I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because you can see up here. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Stinking camera. One box has 8 packs, but then with this one, with the Quintet Spectrum that I did before, one box has 12 packs. But I'm assuming it's the same number of cards. Appears to be about the same. So maybe the packs themselves are just a little thicker. I'm not 100% sure. I only just now noticed that. Anywho. What was I rambling about? Oh yeah, the earthquake last night. The earthquake itself was relatively small, at least where I live. It only registered, I think, about a 3. Ooh. But of course in some areas it was bigger. So that's box number 4 down. 2 more to go. But yeah, so back to the original point I was trying to make. What is it you guys think I do, and then what is it you would suggest that I do, as far as, you know, content wise? I'm open to suggestions. Just bear in mind, my PC is kind of a potato. It is a laptop that I bought in 2014 that I have not been able to replace yet. I really, really want to, but courtesy of the flippin' data centers stealing all the GPU, it's making it that much harder to afford. Especially with my lackluster teaching salary. So, as much as I would love a new computer, honestly, in particular a desktop this time, so I can just change parts, that's a little out of the question right now, unfortunately. So, we shall see. Oh! Didn't we get a slightly different full art of... Oh no, that's Watame. I'm my brain. My brain, dude. I just... It doesn't work. One thing that I actually would like to do, if I get the chance, because of course I live in Tokyo. Apartments here are kind of small, but there's actually not that horribly far from me, just down the road, really. There's it's not like an office, but essentially there's like a storage garage that has like a small room above it that you can like set up a computer or whatever you want in. So that's where, you know, if I could, I would have, you know, my apartment here just be my apartment, and then I could put, you know, all my nerds shit. That's not the one I was after, but I'm definitely not gonna say no. Why do I have to be so picky? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy, but at the same time, darn it. Why do I have to be such a picky little bastard? Anyway, but the little garage that has the room above it, it costs, what was it, like 180,000 yen per month to rent out. So that's where, you know, if money was no object, I could set up shop in there, turn that into, you know, my hobby room, essentially, and then have the bedroom be separate. You know, just because my apartment is not very big. It's cheap, as far as, you know, at least for Tokyo. I pay, what is it, like 45,000-ish yen a month for my apartment, but it's also like 12 square meters for the whole apartment. So it is quite small. By far the smallest apartment I've had in Japan. My biggest one actually was when I was in Kyushu. That sucker was like 25 square meters. That was huge compared to this. Oh, look at that Mori Calliope. Oh. I'm not gonna complain, but at the same time, damn it! Alright. Box 5, last pack. So, yeah, anyway, if you couldn't tell, I'm not necessarily good at this whole YouTube thing. I used to have a good, consistent crew of guys to play games with. Alas, though, they're all still back in the States, and trying to play most games with them turns it into a very laggy mess that it's hard to play. Even something like GTA, like we can only go for maybe like 20-30 minutes, and then one or more of us will disconnect and then we have to restart. So that's where it probably wouldn't kill me to necessarily start maybe trying to network a little bit, trying to find a consistent group of people to maybe try to play games with or whatever. And it might make it a little easier, because then I'll have, if nothing else, I'll have more footage in my drive that I'll need to figure out what the heck to do with, and go from there. But we'll see. To be honest, I need the new computer first. Maybe if all goes according to plan, I might be able to have a new computer be like a Christmas present to myself this year. We'll see. It'll depend on how much the PC shops here want to put their stuff on sale for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Last year they had decent sales, but we'll see about this year. I'm admittedly not going to hold out too much hope for any like super crazy sales, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky. Who knows? I mean, much as Okami Mio. As far as some of that kind of goes, as much as I'm worried about it, at the same time I need to try not to be super stressed out or anything about it. I don't need to stress myself out to the point where I end up having to go to the flipping hospital or something, give myself a bad stomach ulcer or something crazy. I don't need to go doing nothing like that. I saw that there was a shiny. I got excited. See, I am getting a fair number of shiny money cards, just not the one that I'm after. Somewhat related to cards. I'm personally opening these Hololive ones. One, because I enjoy the Hololive streams and whatnot, but also admittedly because these are some of the cheaper trading cards out there. But are there any other card games you would be interested in having me open? I'm sure I could probably get my hands on some of the more current Pokemon sets relatively easily. It would be the older sets that have the more interesting stuff that would be a bit of a pain. And actually, they're here in Japan as well. They're actually cracking down on scalpers and whatnot as well. Scalpers of look at that Suisse. Scalpers, of course, are an issue everywhere in the world, unfortunately. But it's to the point where here, apparently, there's some card shops where they'll literally ask you like questions that on the same vein as like, oh, you're a fan of this band, name like the 4 songs with the original drummer before you quit. They're asking like those kind of questions, basically just to make sure you're not a fucking scalper. I think that's hilarious. A lot of them apparently and that's Marin too. Pretty sure there's a signed one of these. I'd have to double check the card list. I think there is, but that might be the best card we got, at least as far as my favorite card that we got. But okay, so since I'm on the last pack here, I'll show you. Apparently, a lot of the card shops that actually like clip like this, they'll literally just do that, so that way it's harder for the scalpers to try to resell it. Which honestly, the fact that scalpers are even a thing, I think is stupid. But idiots will be idiots. That is an unfortunate part of life. Alright, last pack magic. Oh, I was hoping for the mighty one of these. Drat! Oh well, we still got some good stuff. Definitely got some stuff, some good stuff that I'm not going to complain about. And if nothing else, it gives me an excuse to order more and try again. Because actually, from when I looked at the card list, this was one that I'm actually considering trying to get a master set going with this one. I think that might be something interesting for me to do. And of course, I'd be happy to show you the progress for that, if that's a thing you guys would want to see. But anyway, I've been talking for way too long. If you made it all the way to the end, do please let me know in the comments what you thought, particularly regarding those questions that I asked. And I will see you in the next one. Hopefully that'll be sooner rather than later. I do apologize for my rather sporadic schedule, but peace.